if you do go, say, to one of the wards and you see a piece of equipment, there's a little sticker and it says being donated by Kids at Macarthur. So I've had conversations with people that have said, oh my goodness, I had my 3-year-old, we utilised X equipment and I remember seeing the logo.
Really?
Kids at Macarthur.
That's a beautiful thing.
And do you know how for some people all they can give is their coins, and that's absolutely fine. Everybody contributing is what makes it work. So when I retired, I actually was lost.
It's a sense of identity, I think.
Yeah.
You see it a lot in athletes now that come out of the footy world this many years, and then when they don't make the cut, it's like, shit, what do I do?
Yeah, I was so used to being told what to do. And now for the first time, it was up to me. I don't have to be at the pool tomorrow, you know?
What the hell do I do?
Yeah. Harvey has obviously had a lot of support across his young life, our hospital team. I've seen photos of when he was younger and then what he's able to achieve today, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
There's always hope. The skills that I have would be absolutely putting in the hard work. Certainly my career was a roller coaster. It was never a straight line. It was always up and down. So being able to ride the lows and know that the highs will come, a lot of people won't. They'll just hold back and say, no. If I fail, everyone will know I've failed. But that's okay because you tried. There's no, ribbons given to people that just turn up. You've got to work hard.
Today on the Connect podcast, we're joined by Sarah Ryan, CEO of Kids at Macarthur. Sarah has built a career around leadership, community engagement, fundraising and creating meaningful impact across the health, education and local government sectors. She's also a former Olympic swimmer, bringing the discipline, resilience and high-performance mindset developed through an elite sport into her leadership journey. As CEO of Kids at Macarthur, Sarah now leads one of our region's most respected charities, helping raise vital funds to support paediatric healthcare services, medical equipment and programs that benefit children and families through the Macarthur region. Passionate about community, well-being and making a difference, Sarah is dedicated to ensuring local families have access to the best possible healthcare close to home. Sarah, welcome to the Connect podcast. It's great to have you with us.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm quite honoured that you've asked me along today. So hopefully we have a great chat for the next little while.
We're honoured to have you on and thank you for the work. Like I mentioned to you before, thank you for the work that you've been doing for our Macarthur region.
Oh, no, thank you.
Now, the position you're holding in Kids at Macarthur, the CEO, we want to know where that all started. What did Sarah's journey start from?
Oh, I'm not a local, so it's probably not a good thing to admit, but I was born in Adelaide, so I come from South Australia, which sometimes you can tell by some of the words that I might say. I was just a kid that I guess loved being active, very active, climbing trees, riding my bike around the streets, typical, young childhood. And then tried every sport at school. So just was like the only girl on the soccer team at primary school, played basketball, tennis. Track and field was really the sport that I thought that I was going to be good at. And then I fluked swimming. Like I was just swimming at the school carnivals, and you know how you can go up levels, like you swim for your school, then you represent your school at the next level and you go up and up. I fluked that somebody saw some potential in me and said, why don't you join a squad? So that was I was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So quite late for our sport of swimming. And then just still sort of took the progression from representing at state level, and then national age, and then national open. And then all of a sudden I was given an opportunity to go and train at the AIS. And I was very reluctant. Wasn't very keen to leave everything that was safe, my family, my friends, everything that was familiar. So mum and dad said, just give it a try, at least 6 months and see how you like it.
Yeah.
And like living in Canberra, where you don't know anybody, it was very scary. The first year was tough, but I ended up staying 11 years. So
Far out. How old were you back then?
I left home at 15.
Yeah, wow.
I turned 16 when I was in Canberra.
Yeah, wow.
So I finished I did year 12 over 2 years. So I did my first half in Adelaide and I did my second half in Canberra. So it was a very unusual journey, but certainly it was the best for me.
Yeah, right. And so take us back to those days, those training days for the Olympics. What did that look like? What did the journey, the Olympic journey look like for you?
Yeah, it's tough, right? So
Wasn't a walk in the park?
No.
Sure?
And it's really, it's no surprise that everything worthwhile is obviously hard work, you know. But in those early days, it was just for the love of it. I loved racing. I'm very competitive. I've got that innate in me. So I just loved seeing if I could win races, get myself onto a team, you know, make selection. So initially it was just, that was what was fueling me. I wanted to see how good I could be. And then when you start making teams, so I made my first team that first year in Canberra. It becomes like, well, now I need to keep doing this. Like once you've made an Australian team, there's something special about being around those fantastic other swimmers, other teammates. And then when you go, you know, you're representing your country when you're going and wearing the green and gold, and it's pretty special. So yeah, early on, I just loved seeing how much I could push myself.
Yeah.
But look, there were days, I look back at some of my training diaries and I feel like I was always tired, sore, sad. There wasn't a lot of happy days.
A training diary, what's that? Is it pretty much a diary that you journal in?
Yeah.
Day?
It was less journaling, more recording the sessions. So writing down, so say in the morning session, we do 5K.
Yep.
So to give you an example of the day, up at 5, go to the pool, train for 2 hours. We'd go to the food hall. So I was very lucky.
Yeah.
It was called residences at AIS. So it was all on the one like complex.
Yep.
So I lived I had a room and I would walk to training. I would walk to the food hall, back to my room, walk to the gym, back to my room for a rest, then back to the pool. Very and made for you, like eliminating obstacles, like making it as easy as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Which is great at 16, 17, 18, right? Yeah. So I didn't have to get a license. I didn't have to drive. All those things were made easier for me. So train in the morning, have breakfast. Sometimes you'd fit in physio or massage, gym at lunchtime, and then lunch. Then usually a rest or recovery, sleep, some people liked. Then back in the afternoon. So we train 10 sessions a week in the pool, 3 gym sessions, and then sometimes Pilates or extra dry land, we called it, like some sort of strength if you needed to lose weight, shred. So it was quite unique to each individual. Pretty much that was it, Monday to Saturday, and then you get Sunday off.
Far out.
So it was a lot.
Yeah, that's insane.
But because you're doing it at such a young age, you don't question it.
Yep.
And that was our life. Like everyone who was around me at the institute were doing the same thing. So you don't.
It's just normal.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're missing out.
Normal-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. No, that's our life as an athlete. The trickiest thing was, as a scholarship holder, you had to keep performing to keep your scholarship. So there was always that pressure. So that was quite tough as a youngster. Like, you know, you've got to either make the team or perform at the major meet every year to be guaranteed to come back the next year. And I saw a lot of my friends leave. They obviously only were there 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I was fortunate to be there 10 years.
Wow.
And I had a lot of ups and downs, but I always just managed to sort of stick in there. So, it's a pretty tough environment, but that's high performance.
Yeah, wow, that's insane. So the 10 years that you went through that all, obviously the discipline, the structure comes along with it, but day in, day out, are we talking 6 days training twice a day for 10 years? This was just the normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pretty much we would get maybe a week off after, so we'd have a trials.
Yep.
So you have to qualify to make the team. So that was usually March, April. You'd get a week off maybe then, and then you'd do another block of work, and then you'd have your major meet, which could be Olympics, Commonwealth Games, World Champs, usually August, September. And then you might get a week or 2 off. And then I was maybe lucky to go home to Adelaide for a week or 2 over Christmas.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But you had to keep swimming. The hard thing with our sport is the longer you're out, it's like if you have a week out of the water, it takes you 2 weeks to get back. It's really cruel.
Imagine that constantly in the back of your mind. You know, it's only going to slow you down if it's sort of.
It's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, that constant pressure. Imagine.
Yeah.
Well, I guess back then it was just like, this is what it is.
Is expected.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've signed up for it, right? This is the choice that I've made. I want to be an elite athlete. So just get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess early on, I was always that kind of a kid. I never pushed back. I was always yes, sir, no, sir. If the coach said do this, I would do that. I was always compliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did that come from an upbringing, certain specific upbringing? Were the
Yeah,
parents a
maybe.
bit strict at home? Was it, did you have a few siblings around at home?
Yeah, so I was the
look like?
eldest.
Yep.
So yeah, possibly it was expected that I was the responsible one. It was pretty tough for my sister and brother because they were dragged to pools all the time and they had no interest in swimming. So that was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But I guess they supported me in their own way.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess, the upbringing certainly played its part. And then the environment of the AIS too, I think, not only were the swimmers there, but we had like so many other sports. So the rowers, the gymnasts, there were soccer players, basketballers, and they were all there wanting to be the best. And that's a great environment.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as best coaches, support staff, dietitians, physios, a whole team of people who are all driven to get the best out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that. That's incredible.
Great.
Well, I can only imagine the amount of effort and mindset shifts that would have to happen through those 10 years. But like you said, you signed up for it. This is just what was expected as an elite athlete. So, yeah, well done to you. Now, stories. Let's go story time. So, any specific stories that come out or stand out to you over 10 years? There has to be some. We're talking Olympics, we're talking overseas, we're talking incredible training periods. What stories stand out to you from that period?
I don't know if there's a lot that I can share. It's like they say, what happens on tour stays on tour. I actually just recently had a beautiful time catching up with a whole bunch of my girlfriends from the swim team. And it was really lovely to just reminisce because you're bonded by the time that you had together.
Yep.
I think, probably making my first Olympics, just that's the dream as a in my sport, that's the pinnacle. Knowing that you are going to that the highest stage, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then getting all of the gear, like you just it's like Christmas, bags given to you of all the clothes and shoes, and it's free. And you're just going, whoa, this is amazing.
This is cool. What year was that in?
1996.
1996. You had your first Olympics.
Yep.
How old were you?
Would have been 19. I think.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sort of mature now as a swimmer.
Yeah.
And that was in America, like at Atlanta. So the Americans put on an amazing show.
Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome.
Well, how did that feel like? Do you remember? Take yourself back to that time, 1996. Do you remember? How did you find out?
They, at the end of trials, they announce the team and you parade out on pool deck. So they call your name out one by one and you walk out and the crowd give you a round of applause.
Yeah.
And then everybody comes back into a room with the head coach and he says, congratulations. And he says, but now the work continues because that's only part one. Now you have to actually continue to get better and perform at the big stage. But it was just so awesome because I was a part of the generation of swimming when we had Kieran Perkins, Nicole Livingston, Susie O'Neill, Sam Riley, Grant Hackett, Ian Thorpe, like incredible names in our sport.
Massive name.
And I was just, just part of it. I was nowhere near their level, but I was able to be around them and absorb their,
influence.
Yeah. And learn from them and watch them, observe what works for them and see if it works for me. So it was, again, just a great environment to grow and challenge yourself, So that first Olympics was really cool. I performed really well. I did a PB, which is, tick, done the best you can. Made the final for the 100 free, tick, that I didn't think I was going to be able to do that.
Yep.
And I finished 6th. So, sixth in the world is
insane.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, was really happy with that.
Well done.
And then the second week, then we go on and enjoy ourselves, go and party, go and see other sports and have a few little nights out.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
We'll keep it at that.
Yeah. But athletes are terrible.
Yeah.
Like that first night, because you haven't drunk for months.
Oh, yeah.
That first night, you really have 2 drinks and I've got to go to bed.
That's the G-rated story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I guess coming from the elite athlete world, and seeing how much seeing how much you sort of developed yourself and built yourself through those 10 years, what did the next chapter look like?
Yeah, good question. I was probably not the best at planning for life after sport.
Well, I guess it would be those 10 years were tunnel vision just on your being an elite athlete.
Yeah.
So.
I wrongly thought I needed to put all my eggs into one basket. And I had friends, like my girlfriend, she was studying to be a primary school teacher at the same time, and she finished her degree and went on to, immediately go into that line of work. And I applaud that. Like I should have done something. I started uni and I didn't finish.
What did you do in uni?
Communications.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty broad.
Yeah.
So when I'd retired, I actually was lost. I had about a 6-month period of like depression, but, just really not having any.
It's a sense of identity, I think.
Yeah.
You see it a lot in athletes now that come out of the footy world.
Yes.
It's like tunnel vision footy for this many years. And then when they don't make the cut, it's like, shit, what do I do?
Yeah. And direction.
Yeah.
So I was so used to being told what to do. I knew our whole year. It was always planned. And now for the first time, it was up to me. I could choose to do whatever I wanted. And that was really weird. I was like, what do you mean? I don't have to be at the pool tomorrow,
The hell do I do?
Yeah. So it was a bit scary. But I think the most wonderful thing, I fell pregnant and all of a sudden the focus became about someone else. So I had my son, pretty close to when I had retired. And then I had to switch my mindset about being a selfish, self-focused athlete to caring about keeping a baby alive, which is a huge challenge for every new parent.
Priorities shift.
Yeah, priorities shifted. But then I had to, obviously, I was still driven. Like that competitiveness was still there. So I still had to do something.
Was it ambition, or was it just, was there an ambitious character about you, or was it just a different drive?
Yeah, I suppose I have that. Yes, you're probably right. I don't look back at it as being ambitious, but yes, I don't like to stay idle. I like learning and I like challenging myself. So yeah, I had to find something that I guess gave me the chance to get my teeth sort of into something again.
Yeah, right. Okay, and what did that look like?
Oh, it was a swim school.
Okay.
So my husband and I, we moved to Melbourne when Riley, my son, was only about 4 months old. And then we started learning the ropes about how to run a swim school. We took on I guess we were going to be investors in a new centre up here in Sydney at Macarthur Square. And that's how we ended up in Macarthur. Yeah. So it was called King Swim and it's still there. And we opened it and ran it, I think, for about 2 years, but it killed me. It was hard, especially having a young family. So
imagine.
Riley was 1 when we opened, and then I fell pregnant with my daughter Ava. And then, it's just, that was a 7-day-a-week business, and it was the 2 of us in the business, and it just got a little bit tough.
So it was just you and your husband running the business?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it purchased or did you start it from fresh?
Oh, it was opened, but we were a franchise. So it was just, we had all the support, obviously, of head office, but it was new. It was, in a new area of Macarthur Square and, trying to encourage people to sign up. It was tough slog. Again, a challenge.
Different type of hustle.
Yeah. But again, it was a wonderful part about getting to know your community really quickly.
Yeah.
And I still have friendships with parents that brought their children all those years ago.
Yeah.
So, I think that was the start of me understanding relationships and being connected to your community.
That's an interesting perspective because I guess in the past, like you're looking at it with a different lens as a business owner, you're connecting with people through the business lens. But there has to be a genuine level of connecting with someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I think in our business of a swim school, you're caring about their children.
of course.
Like,
Yeah.
of course, they're spending money with you, but you're giving them a life skill. Like, that's important.
Yeah.
And parents were also very nervous or, reluctant because the
First
water.
time, like kids coming in
Yeah.
swimming for the first time. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So sometimes their fear can come through on their child. So you're dealing with, a lot of emotion, and you've got to reassure people
Yeah.
and just ensure that they will get there. Like, just trust us, stay with it, and your little one will improve.
Well, I guess managing expectations and managing parents' emotions through those challenging periods would be a skill that you would have had to build in itself.
That's right, which we hadn't signed up for, early on.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
a
told
curveball
us.
that business smacks you in the face with.
Yep.
Just all these weird things.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit, now I have to learn this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with this
There
situation.
was no mention of that in the training book. What are you talking about? Yeah. But now reflecting back, it was a huge part of the job. And people, because of my profile, I guess people would expect a higher, I suppose, level of, care and knowledge. So I also had to be very aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah, expectation was pretty high.
Yeah, right. Okay. That is interesting.
Yeah, because of my profile. And it's assumed because I was an elite swimmer, I should also be able to run a really successful learn to swim school. When you're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
They're just blowing bubbles. I was perfecting my craft. Bit of a difference, but still.
Okay, that's I can only imagine what that could look like back then. So, 2 years into the business, it's the first time you and hubby jumped into business.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Okay, and you finished up with the swim school, and did you think about business after that, or was it like, nah, you know what, this isn't for me?
Yeah, I think both of us were quite burnt out.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I think it was more, we wanted to put family first, and the kids were young, and so that was our priority. So, we weren't actually very ambitious about going on and creating another couple of swim schools. That really wasn't on the cards. We were just happy to maybe take a step back and
Dipped your toes in the water, pun intended.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, okay. And so, next chapter after that, what did that look like?
Oh, I've had so many. I've morphed along the way.
Yeah,
Again,
okay.
not really having direction. So, continued coaching for a while at Mount Annan Leisure Centre. And that was great fun because then I'm dealing with the next sort of stage of swimmer.
They're not blowing bubbles anymore.
No, they're not. That's right. Yeah. They're doing labs, and that's when I'm trying to pass on the craft of 10 years, 12 years of swimming to these, really eager and young kids that were loving the sport. So that was fun. But again, I was just finding all my weekends were at swim carnivals for other kids and not spending time with my kids.
Yeah.
So, I was just never getting the balance right. So I did that for a couple of years and then randomly found myself working in an events role at Camden Council. So community, so running free events that council puts on and fabulous events. But again, quite hard, like hard work, hard slog. Long days, but learning all the time. Again, different skills, risk and thinking of, what will attract the greatest volume of people to come along and give their time on a weekend. So, that was a few years of my life where you're absorbing as much as you can from
different environment.
Yeah, very different environment.
Let's go back just to that bit where you were training kids at a swim school. You were their coach. You were a coach for little swimmers.
I was assistant coach.
Okay.
So I wasn't the top. I was the second.
You weren't the top. Okay. It's funny how that turned around.
Yeah.
But were you passionate about coaching kids? Because I've spoken to athletes in the past where they were tunnel vision, just like yourself, driving their game, driving their skills in their sport, and then they stepped into the coaching side and they thought they would enjoy it, but it wasn't for them. How was it for you? Did you feel you connected with the idea of coaching? Or was it something you were passionate about at that time?
It was.
Okay.
It was because we were seeing such rapid improvement.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fun to see kids do PBs and make, if it's a little representative team or they were doing really well in their school swimming, because you just feel really proud of them. The hardest thing was the ones that you just know they were there, but they weren't really keen, and they'd duck off to the bathroom and miss half the session, or they'd sit on the side with a injury, and that was frustrating.
They would check out.
Yeah.
Their heart wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found that hard because I would just say, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. But it was more that the parents wanted them to be there or other reasons. That was tricky because for me, I always felt, well, you've got to give 100%, right? So it was just a waste of time. Like, you really are, you're getting in the way of everybody else. You could be doing something else. You could put your time and effort towards something completely different and get a benefit from it. So that was really frustrating to me. I found that a challenge to not just bite my tongue and not say, what are you doing? You just go find something else that you love rather than, take up everybody's time and money. And, so that was a challenge.
It's like moments you feel like headbutting people. But
Definitely couldn't headbutt anyone. Definitely not.
Just to get the message across.
Yeah. But that was tough as a coach because you just want the best for them. But if they're not invested, if they're not there,
of course,
then everybody's not.
Well, it's you're dragging something uphill. It's not like you know what? It's interesting, actually. Sorry, I'm going to speak to that. I have a bit of a different opinion, based on a learnt. Can passion be learnt? So if someone was thrown into something they weren't intrinsically connected to, they didn't have the intrinsic drive for doing that thing, then it's going to be a lot harder for that person to pick it up and grow into it. But in some cases, you see that passion and the intrinsic drive eventually becomes learnt, and then the person becomes a high performer in that area. What do you think?
Well, that's true. You could certainly...
It is definitely hard.
Yeah, but you could see once they're starting to achieve little goals or what the skill is that they're trying to learn gets easier, then maybe their mindset starts to shift. Oh, actually, it's not as hard, or I am maybe good at this, or I am enjoying this. So, you're right. It could be learnt. It's just a matter of pushing through the challenging times, which some people can't do. Yeah. Some people just think, no, I don't want to. Or they're scared of trying hard. It's really interesting, isn't it, when you get into a whole mindset of what makes a champion versus someone that doesn't quite make it. Not being afraid to just put yourself out there and try. Like, a lot of people won't. They'll just hold back and say, no. If I fail, everyone will know I've failed. But that's okay because you tried. And maybe the first time it didn't work, second time, third time. But there may be a time that it actually does work.
Yeah.
And then what a breakthrough. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting how many people, or how the percentage of people that are actually like that and don't realize the potential that they can step into if they try a third or fourth time.
Yeah. And that was why I've been coaching these young kids. You were trying so hard to make them understand that, just back yourself. And I say it all the time to junior athletes. The world is absolutely full of potential. You just have to go and attack it. Like, give yourself a chance. You got to work hard. Absolutely. There's no, ribbons given to people that just turn up. You got to work hard.
Participation awards are sort
of. I know.
Ruining people.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Yeah. No. Got to earn it. You got to show that you've tried. Yeah. But the mindset of a champion, it's fascinating. And I still think, I don't know if I had it all. I sometimes reflect maybe I could have gotten more out of myself if I was more confident. I always, I'd turn up to a meet and look at the American girls and the Chinese girls, and I would almost be saying, oh, there's no way I could beat them. Look at them, whereas I should have just said, let's just see. Let's just give it a go. And
do you know what's interesting on that? Of course, people's insecurities come up when you're facing different whatever, cultural groups, social groups, whatever it is.
Yep.
If you were still Sarah Ryan with the same skill set, with the same mindset, but you were in that American team, would you still have that?
Oh, no. No way.
Doesn't that put things into perspective
Yes.
sometimes for people?
They were so confident. They were so loud and brash, and yeah, they just seemed to have this air about them when they walked out on pool deck or when you sat next to them in the marshalling area. And it was a mind games.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was all performative.
And perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I wish I'd known a bit younger. But anyway.
Hindsight.
I know.
Alrighty. Well, fast forwarding till today.
Yeah.
Now, we're in the modern era. We're in modern age. CEO of Kids of Macarthur. Tell us about Kids of Macarthur.
Yeah. It's so I haven't been in the role long, not quite 12 months. But Kids of Macarthur has been a part of the area for 25 years, and it was the brainchild of predominantly Rick Dunstan, a paediatrician who he really just wanted to make a difference for families in the area. And it's been so successful at sticking to its mission. So truly the mission is, if a child needed healthcare in Macarthur, we want them to receive it locally. We don't want them to have to go to Westmead or Sydney Children's or, because of the travel and the anxiety of having to be, away from home. So we work with the heads of the departments at Campbelltown Hospital. They give us a bit of a wish list every year. They say, look, if we were able to have this and this, then that would actually help us give better care or services to, the children that come through the doors at the hospital. And over the years, they've done incredible things. And the really beautiful thing is, if you do go, say, to one of the wards and you see a piece of equipment, there's a little sticker and it says it's being donated by Kids at Macarthur. So in the short time that I've been in the role, I've had conversations with people that have said, oh my goodness, I had my 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 15-year-old, we utilised X equipment, and I remember seeing the logo.
Really?
It's a Macarthur.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah.
You're making a difference like that.
Yeah. But I think what's really special is for people who support the charity, that it is making a difference and staying local. So all the money we raise stays local. So it is a focus on our families, our community, which I think makes people feel really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Supporting local. Tell us about Rick. What's Rick's background?
Pediatrician.
Yes.
So unfortunately, we have lost him a few years ago.
Okay.
So his son is actually continuing on his legacy. He sits on my board, Andrew. His wife Donna, still very actively involved. So I think it's something that they are. It's a part of their family that they're so proud of. But Rick was one of the paediatricians. Dr. Mike Freelander was also another one, and Dr. Andrew McDonald was another paediatrician. So the three of them have done incredible work across the Macarthur for, I think longer than 25 years. So, they have given so much to young families. And I think the stories that I hear that a mum may have seen one of them and then their daughter has also now seen them, like they've stayed a part of the community for so long. Yeah.
Did it start off as a passion project, or did it start off where he jumped into it full time and wanted to drive it?
I think more of a passion project.
Yeah. And then it evolved over
They
the
said,
years.
let's have a little fundraiser.
Yeah.
Didn't quite know what they were doing. It went well. So they said, well, maybe we should do this annually. And then 2 years in, they said, well, I think we need to get serious and create like a charity and, make it all have governance and have a CEO. And that's where Denise McGrath stepped in, and she was the CEO for the last 25 years and has done a tremendous job of creating that awareness and ensuring the brand is strong and coming up with all the concepts over those years to raise the funds that they have. So, yeah, it's of course a lot of people behind the scenes that have helped it along the way, as well as the community who have embraced it.
Absolutely, and I think it's a beautiful initiative that brings Macarthur community together. It's like there's a mission in place driven by Kids at Macarthur, and the Macarthur residents appreciate what this mission is, and they come together as a community to keep supporting and driving it.
Yeah,
it's like every shop we go to in Narellan or Campbelltown, it has a Kids at Macarthur little coin box, and it's like it's I get proud seeing that. And I haven't
That's
really
lovely.
contributed much
Yeah.
over the years, but it's like this is a local community-driven charity that's supporting our people, and everyone is wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So me seeing that from the outside just appreciates the beauty of it.
And do you know how for some people, all they can give is their coins.
Mm.
And that's absolutely fine because all those little coins add up to something even better. So it doesn't matter if you just can only give a few coins or you can contribute, in a bigger format. Everybody contributing is what makes it work. So
Yeah.
I love that you see the coin tins because
I notice it. Yeah, I notice it. And like my business and marketing brain kicks in and think great branding.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
I know.
Great fundraising.
And we're so grateful to the shop owners that they
Yeah.
say yes. We have a few occasions that they get stolen, which is a shame.
God,
Yeah.
truckers in them.
I know. You
Far
wouldn't
out.
think.
It's like now you have to do one extra thing just so
I know. Damn it.
to cover.
You're like, you're only getting a couple of dollars. What are you doing? But anyway, yeah, it is. It's lovely again that the shop owners say yes, and it's a small way that they can help out as well.
Yep. Well, stepping in as a CEO, Sarah, I know it's only sort of been a year, but what are the priorities? What does your day-to-day look like right now? Charity.
I think it's important, obviously, to continue to engage with the business people, but also the community that we've helped in the past. So I'm still trying to learn the stories of the families. As you can imagine, if you're taking your child to hospital, it is not a time where you want to sit down and have a chat to me about what your family are going through. It's very stressful. It's scary. Your focus is on your child. So I'd love to be able to find a way years down the track when, it's been a bit of time and distance to be able to maybe have that conversation about the difference it made to the families. So that's something I'd like to do better into the future. And then understanding the brilliant people that work in our healthcare system, that they are so passionate about delivering the utmost care and support for whoever comes in the door and whatever the challenge is that they're faced with. They do it, so humbly and professionally. Like I've been really impressed by that. I've not been around the health sort of space much.
Yep.
So that's just so fantastic to see.
You know what? Just speaking to that, I can always, my father-in-law was sick for quite some time. Sadly, he passed away last October.
Sorry.
But we always noticed the differences between the doctors that cared from the heart and the ones that just treated it as a job.
Yep. Yeah.
It's always felt. And I don't know how they think that it can't be felt because the level of authenticity and wanting to really, really support the situation is just, it's you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And something I've noticed around Campbelltown or Macarthur is that we have some really good doctors.
Yeah.
We have some really good people in the healthcare system compared to other communities out there.
I am so lucky that the people that I have on my board, so I have 3 doctors from the Campbelltown Hospital as well as the general manager, and they are just always so open to what can we do better or how can we work collaboratively for the betterment of our community. They do some long days, like they work long hours. They could be stuck, the head of ER, like he could be stuck there for I don't know, ridiculous amounts of time.
Yep.
But you never see them complain. You never see them flat or tired. I only see them bring their best.
And plus the pressure that's on their shoulders of having to perform in what they need to do.
Yes, incredible. Yeah. I couldn't do it. I really do applaud their dedication to their craft. So
needs a specific human to be that.
Absolutely. I can't look at blood, so I'm just so in awe of them. Like, you guys are amazing. That's not for me.
Yeah, right. Okay, so, I guess also being in this leadership role and coming from the elite athlete background, do you feel like there's been a big support in you doing this position based on the learnings and growth that you've come from the Olympics? Yeah,
I think it's like you've got a little kick bag, isn't it? And you're just always adding to it, like the things that you've learned, the skills that you're acquiring. Definitely from being in the athletic space, I reckon the skills that I have would be absolutely putting in the hard work.
Yeah.
If you want the benefit or you want to reach a goal, you have to work hard. So you've got to chip away. I think also being able to take the knocks, because not everything is going to go to plan. Certainly my career was a roller coaster. It was never a straight line. It was always up and down. So being able to ride the lows and know that the highs will come.
Yep.
And working as a team. As a swimmer, I loved the relays. I loved being part of, having 3 other teammates by my side competing rather than just me by myself. So I love being part of a team. So ensuring that I've only got a small team at Kids Macarthur. There's really only 4 of us. But just that we are all equal and we all have strengths and we work together towards a common goal.
Yep.
Gosh, what else? I think having empathy, being honest about making mistakes, maybe not knowing everything, not being afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
And just always being open to learning. Like I'm a big one for, I certainly don't know it all. So I have to, especially at the moment, like this space of AI, I need to get my head across AI world and how that can help us rather than being scared of it.
Absolutely.
So just being open to that challenge and how, we're going to progress as a little organisation and be current and stay relevant.
It's a beautiful thing when you're working in a team and you have good teammates.
Yeah.
And everyone's connected to the mission.
Yeah. It's so important.
It's a bit exhausting where 1 or 2 team members are just there for the sake of it.
Oh, it's so hard,
it's
isn't
distracting.
it?
It's exhausting. It's distracting.
Absolutely. And look, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes you think, okay, you're maybe not in a phase of your life right now that you maybe can be on board with our vision. But there gets a time when you think maybe you need to make a change or, you're not the right fit for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be something else that would be better suited for you in life that you'll probably be just as passionate.
Yeah. And you want that for them too.
Of course.
Yeah. So, you're right. It is
I've been on both sides and it's like when I'm in when I'm running a team and there's just a couple of people that are just a bit exhausting, it's like, what can I keep doing differently to get a better outcome? And then at the end of the day, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off and thinking, wait, hang on. Maybe the common denominator is right in front of my face.
Yes, that's right.
I've got to do something about it.
And that is something that I struggle with.
Yeah.
Me
too.
As a leader, having those hard conversations. I hate it. I find that so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And but I've read so much about it actually benefits nobody.
Oh, absolutely.
So it is better to have the hard conversations straight up front, get it out on the table, but of course do it kindly, not to be nasty, but if you ignore it or if you just push it to the side, it actually creates a bigger problem.
Absolutely, for everyone. No one wins.
Yeah.
No one wins. Sometimes as leaders, you have to have confronting conversations.
Yeah, I'm struggling. That's the part I struggle with.
Oh, well, I guess it comes in a person's nature. If they're usually kind people, it doesn't come as
no. And I think that's probably how I've come into this space, of charity, community engagement. I don't think I could work in like finance or law or
where you have to be cutthroat.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think they'd see straight through me, eat me alive, spit me out, and then I'd be not very successful.
Well, it's a forever developing journey, I guess.
Yeah.
Someone that's worked with different sides of having conversations on the spectrum.
Yes.
It's like you get better and better, and I guess at the end of the day, you don't have to be rude about it.
No.
It's just that the other person understands where they stand, how they're affecting the mission, how they're affecting the other people in the business. And sorry, man, it was great to have you here, but it's just not going to work out, and it's not helping for anyone. So
you've just touched on something really interesting. How I think in today's society or workplace, we are made up of so many different personalities. Maybe 20 years ago, it wasn't discussed as much about how you might have ADHD or you might be on the spectrum or you might have bipolar, and you have to work with that. Like you now have to be really flexible and you need to be able to understand what makes people click and what their quirks are and what motivates them. So much to it. You're like,
exactly.
I need a psychology degree.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so right.
It's
you
a
have
challenge.
Yeah, well, I guess now it's like an obligation as a leader in an industry or an organization. You have to have an element of being a psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and if you don't, everything's your fault.
yes. And trying to be there for people.
Of course.
So you're taking sometimes on board some heavy things that are happening in your team's lives.
Yeah, human beings.
Yeah.
Going through human shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh God, how do I give them advice? I don't know myself. So that's a challenge, definitely.
But you know, the beautiful thing about that is if a person is connected to wanting to deliver, they'll find a way one way or another to develop themselves to support their team.
Yeah.
And it just becomes better and better as a snowball effect.
Yeah.
That's something I've learned in the past, and I've learned from having other conversations with people in the same position.
And isn't that important? Having conversations with other people. So I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for a few people throughout my journey in life that have at key moments been able to guide me or I've learnt from, call them mentors or just great friends, just being able to absorb their wisdom. And I think I did that as an athlete. Like I went through probably 4 coaches in my career, each time trying to absorb as much as I could from them and then moving on. And I think it's the same now in this new phase of my life. It's being around people that you admire or they have gone through exactly what you're going through and being able to pick their brain and get their advice and, just learn from. I think that's invaluable.
Absolutely. Are there any specific people that stand out for you? Are there any specific mentors that stand out for you when you look back and reflect that have supported a big shift in who you are?
Yeah, I'm really lucky to have many. One in particular, so her name's Catherine Jeffcoat. She has worked at various points in her career and I've sort of almost followed her. But she's always led with a great deal of professionalism and empathy and just, super excited, super energetic. And I just look at her and think that's exactly what I want to be like. And then from the sporting world, I'm still really good friends with a few swimmers who have done incredible things. So one in particular is Nicole Stevenson. She was like the CEO of Women's AFL. And that was a tough gig, like talking to her when they're trying to grow a brand new form of sport in the country. She now is the CEO of Victorian Institute of Sport and she's got a huge team and she's trying to guide a whole raft of amazing athletes. So I really love, you sort of throw ideas and you say, gosh, what would you do about this? And just having those people in your corner is really invaluable because some days you just don't have an answer. You just think, oh my gosh, I'm flawed. I don't know what to do about this. And just knowing you can pick up the phone and talk to somebody, it just lifts that heavy weight that sometimes you have on your shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's inspirational when you're seeing people create certain levels of success in their industry or for their organization. So it's like, okay, you know what? I look up to this and well done to you and what you're putting together and how you put it together.
And I think also I love that we're in a better phase. Maybe it's because, I'm nearly 50, that you want to support females in the workplace, like not being competitive about other females' success. It's more about applauding because we understand how hard it is to achieve. So there's across our Macarthur region, I'm really fortunate to know a lot of very successful women in all sorts of areas of their careers that I can lean on if I need. And there's no concern about, that they're not going to do it from a good place. And I would be the same. Like if I'm able to help someone else, it would absolutely be for their benefit.
Absolutely.
If I can give them any guidance, then it's only going to make everybody better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be when you're surrounded with people like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
With Kids at Macarthur, now I know, like I mentioned before, you mentioned you've been in this space for about a year. Are there any particular stories that stand out for you where your position has made you feel the impact that it's left for the industry? Is there any particular children that have been impacted that stand out for you? I can only imagine there'll be plenty, but was there any stories that really stick out?
Yeah, I've had the thrill of getting to know a family. Diana she's a volunteer. She comes into our office to help once a week. Any way that we need help, she is there for. Her son Harvey, he's had a lot of health challenges from when he was born. But the joy, the laughter, the positivity that she brings, when you think how hard her day-to-day must be for her son, being in a wheelchair and, all of the challenges that brings, yet you wouldn't know it when you meet her. Harvey has obviously had a lot of support across his young life from the Campbelltown Hospital team, particularly allied health, so regular physio and speech and OT support. But like, I've seen photos of when he was younger and then what he's able to achieve today, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. The possibilities for him to continue to improve his, ability to, do things is always hope. There's always hope.
Yeah.
So it's just wonderful, and it just makes you appreciate. Gosh, I'm very, very fortunate. My kids, they were born healthy. We've really had such a blessed, outcome. And it's not that way for so many families, which is really unfair.
Yeah.
So if we can just help in any way to make their lives a little bit easier or a little bit more supported, then that's really what drives us. Yeah.
I guess I feel like it's an obligation when we've been blessed with lives that doesn't need as much support as others. It's like, okay, well, we're within our community and we can see what other people are potentially going through with how they may have been affected with certain challenges and their parents as well. It's inspirational to see where there's been kids with specific challenges that just make you really, really look at life in such a different way. It's inspirational to see the parents when they're when they have a positive mindset and they're just, it's like they bring an aura of positivity sometimes.
Yes.
It makes you think like, look what I'm dealing with in life.
Know.
And I feel sorry for myself. I keep myself
know.
up every now and then. Look at this person and how beautiful their soul is and look at what they're dealing with.
I know, right? It's almost like you're going to slap yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what on earth am I complaining about? Really?
Yes, absolutely.
I have had the privilege of also working before this role in a role with Mater Day at the school where there's children with intellectual disability. And every day, like the joy that you would see on their face when they're coming into school and when they're singing on stage in the choir or receiving an award at the assembly, it was just the best environment because they are just so genuine. They're just so real. Like there's none of this other, rubbish about generally that you see at schools where, there's nastiness and bullying and all of that horrible stuff that kids have to go through. In their world, there's none of that. Like they're just so pure, like you say, so genuine.
Yeah.
And that's why they're a blessing to us because we get to see it.
That's a perfect way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way of putting it. Okay, well, Sarah, take us through Kids of Macarthur and the charities, different fundraisers they do throughout the year.
Yeah. We have a lot of fundraising throughout the year. We do 8 or 10 events of various sizes. So we do a big gala ball, we do a ladies' lunch, we do a golf day, we do a day at the trots. So all different opportunities to try and bring different people together and have them have a great experience, but also hopefully they're generous. As well as if people come up with ideas that they might want to do some fundraising for us.
Yeah.
It's a team effort. It's collaboration at its best. But of course, it's going to get harder. We're going to have some challenges with the challenging environment that our world is in at the moment, with wars and petrol crisis and financial stress on everybody. So, there's a challenge to be creative, but still engaging. and hopefully connecting with people that they still want to give in any way they can.
Of course. I feel like Macarthur is a sort of community that appreciates community.
Yes.
So I feel Macarthur in its essence would support community-driven charity.
They do. Aren't we so lucky?
Yeah.
I just can't believe how generous the people are across our region.
Yeah.
I just feel like more often than not, if you approach someone, they'll say yes.
Yeah.
I'll find a way. It might not be big, but that's okay. I'll find a way. And that's just the best. Like, yeah, we're really, really lucky.
Yeah. Well, the golf day that you guys put on a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
When was it? A couple of months ago?
Yeah, March.
Yes. We're in May now. Yes. Well, that was really good. That was
great.
Was incredible. And it looked like an incredible amount of people that rocked up, and there was a beautiful amount of support for the day. So well done to putting on that event. And I can only imagine what the other events look like for you guys. So that's
fun.
That's when you can see I guess that's when you can appreciate the community of Macarthur, because you can see how everyone enjoys coming together to support it.
And the beautiful thing is all the different, ages and I guess fields of workplace, that's just such a spread that it doesn't matter. You're all equal when you're on the golf course, right?
Yeah. I've definitely been humbled.
Yeah.
A fair bit. The night before that golf day, I actually had an event. And mind you, I've probably played golf 4 times in my life. And that was number 4, by the way.
Oh, wow.
The night before, just out of sheer coincidence, I had an event with a networking group I'm part of, where it was we were at the golf driving range in Norwest. And it was the night before. I thought, okay, this is perfect, because instead of looking like a bit of a embarrassment tomorrow, I can get my practice in. And I sent a photo of me at the driving range to a couple of mates that were going with me to the golf day the day after, and they were pissing themselves. They thought I was just going there for practice, but I was actually for an event.
Okay.
So, and I was so good the night before.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, I got this in the bag.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And it just didn't seem that way the next
day. It didn't translate.
No. Absolutely not.
What a shame.
Yeah. So very embarrassing. So hopefully I'll need a few more of those in the next coming years. But I will be there every year just to get my practice on.
Fantastic. Love that.
With businesses and people in Macarthur region, how can they best support kids in Macarthur?
Yeah, great question. Look, it can be as simple as if they just want to make a donation, end of financial year is coming up, maybe it's something that they just have a few dollars left and it's a tax break. Like,
it's tax deductible.
It is, absolutely. Because we're a not-for-profit charity.
Yep.
So, or it could be that they come up with an idea. We've got the wonderful guys at Main Plumbing, just down the road. They've got T-shirts that they've designed and they sell them to whoever in the community, and a percentage gets donated to Kids in Macarthur.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So different.
Yeah, very nice.
So it could be just, something that is never been done before. Yeah. We're open to it.
Get
or
creative.
You could just come along like you guys, come along to the golf day or come along to one of our fundraisers, be a part of what we do. There's so many opportunities to support, and we would not say no to anybody. So it can be as I said, as small as just putting coins in those tins, or if you need to write off some extra money at the end of tax time, you can give us a couple of grand, and I would be very happy. Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. What's that in front of you?
Oh, last year was 25 years, so it was a big celebration for Kids in Macarthur. So they created this. I guess it's just like a trip down memory lane of all the things that they've been able to support over that time. Some of the equipment is extraordinary. So one in particular was a cardio ultrasound machine that cost $140,000.
Far out.
So what we do, the state government obviously is responsible for operating our hospitals, but they do it, I guess, to a base level or a standard.
They'll be capped.
Yeah. And if there's any gaps, if there's any additional items like some of this equipment that the particular wards say, oh gosh, if we had one of these, it would make such a difference to the health service we can provide our families. That's when we come in and we say, how much? Okay, that's our goal. Let's see if we can fundraise. So across the 25 years, a lot of it has been, it's always pediatric focused. So from newborn to 18 years, we cover the whole spectrum of age groups for children. But there's just like humidity cribs for newborns. There's obviously equipment we call it the lone pool. So if your child perhaps they have challenges in walking, and you need to be fitted with a gait trainer to help your child start to learn to walk. Instead of a parent having to find the money to buy it, because they're, $5,000 up to $10,000, they can loan it from Campbelltown Hospital loan pool. And as the child grows, so the equipment changes. So at least that's one less stress for that family. They know that they can borrow that piece of equipment for the time they need, and then when they need to hand it back, they've got another piece of equipment. So we've fundraised for a lot of those items that stay in that loan pool. Yeah. Ultrasound machines, a whole raft of different retinal scanners, X-ray machines, the Omnicot, which is called a giraffe, which is incredible. It's for newborns that need to be kept in it's climate controlled. It can test their levels without anybody touching them. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And again, it just makes the care just that little bit better for the child, the family, and the staff.
And the impact as well that's leaving.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So we're always trying to find ways to ensure we can fill those gaps.
Yeah. That's a very, very powerful sheet right there. I'm going to take a photo of that after, but that's very inspirational and testament to kids in Macarthur and the efforts that they've been putting in for the Macarthur region for the last 25 years.
And the community.
Absolutely.
Everybody that's given. Yeah.
I guess the Kids in Macarthur organisation has to influence and support the community supporting them. So,
that's right. That's what we're here to do.
And that's when everyone comes in together.
Yeah.
Sarah, we're going to start wrapping it up. Was there anything that you wanted to jump in and mention before I hit you up with a final question?
I think we've kind of done a good job of covering everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done. Yes. You're a bit of a pro at this.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it. I usually finish up every episode with asking one last question. If you were Sarah Ryan, if you were to take out 3 guests for a dinner date, who would these 3 guests be? Now, you can pick anyone in the history of humanity, past, present, not future, because we don't know who's in the future, but anyone, 3 people, dinner date.
Oh, I wish I had some more time to think about this because I want to sound really smart.
Well, it needs to be real.
But it could be just really basic.
It's okay.
Oh, gosh. Well, Oprah. I reckon Oprah would just be fascinating to sit and have a chat to because of the things that she's experienced herself, but all the people she's spoken to over her career. Gosh. This is too hard to narrow down to 3. Look, it's got to be someone from the sporting world. I think I would really love to sit down with Roger Federer. I would just love to pick his brain about how he had such an amazing career for so long and it was really classy. I really loved, how he, in the later stages of his career, maybe not the early days. Okay, so we've got someone interesting, someone from the sport world. Got to have someone good looking, right? who would be just a bit of eye candy. I've always loved Channing Tatum. So maybe a few years ago when he was doing Magic Mike and he could do a little performance
in
for
his
us.
Era.
How about that?
Okay, well, whatever, it is what it is. I didn't want to jump in and say, what about your husband? When you're like, somebody
sorry.
No, that's okay.
I thought he was coming anyway.
Yeah, nice save. No, well, that's a good list. It's a good
eclectic.
List. Channing Tatum to me is just,
He's a dude, eh?
Yeah, he's a good looking bloke.
Yeah, very.
I guess I'd appreciate him a lot more if I was female, but well, wrapping this episode up, it was great to have you on it, and it was a really good conversation. And well done, like I keep mentioning every time I see you.
Thank you.
Well done for the things you do in the Macarthur region and how much support kids in Macarthur do and how you influence the community to support back. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for the conversation.
Oh, Pat, thank you for allowing me the chance to have a chat and for, also for your support, for being a champion of great causes like ours. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, guys, we're wrapping up episode 34. Thank you for listening in. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you, Sarah.